Welcome back to another episode of What's New Wednesday. It is July the 9th. We're going to be covering everything that's happened in the world of big time between July 3rd and July the 9th. Today is actually Tuesday because I'm going to be traveling on Wednesday, so hopefully we don't miss out on too much on a Wednesday announcement, but we're going to cover everything that's happened up until Tuesday. So there hasn't really been a whole lot of news this week in the world of big time, so this is going to be a little bit of a different episode. Cover some topics that aren't necessarily news. Talk about the token price, and we'll talk about July 4th crafting event and the increased drop rates that Big Time did last week. We'll talk about how Big Time is doing another AMA, and then we'll finish off checking out the content marketing that Big Time has been pushing this past week. Talk a little bit more about content marketing and things like that. So, but before we jump into anything like that, we'll do what we always do. It's token price. Last week, I said that if Bitcoin broke below its 200-day EMA, we would likely see Big Time move into uncharted territory. And we did see Bitcoin drop below its 200-day EMA all the way down to about 53,000, which was several percent down below the 200-day EMA. And we did see Big Time follow suit. So if we look, Big Time daily chart, last week we were ranging basically between 10 cents and 12 cents. And on Wednesday, I said that if we saw Bitcoin dip, we would see Big Time dip. And Bitcoin dip, we saw Big Time dip all the way down to 7 cents. Uncharted territory, and it's now resting at about 9-10 cents. Looks like it's flipped 10 cents into resistance, so we're gonna have to break above that in order to start moving back upwards. So this is like the first time we've seen the Big Time token price go down to 7 cents. And it's kind of funny. I've seen a lot of people asking like, oh, is Big Time going to zero? And a lot of people are really focused solely on the Big Time token and Big Time tokenomics, the Big Time ecosystem, things that are happening, and they blame everything on Big Time. And to them, I just want to remind you guys to zoom out, right? You zoom out a bit and you see Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a huge factor in the price of every altcoin. And you zoom out a little bit more and you see the whole crypto market and the, market cap of the entire crypto market. But if you zoom out even further, this is something that I never really talk about, but you can zoom out even further into like the traditional investment markets like the S&P 500. This video was posted a month ago, but you can see he's talking about this 100-year EMA and price chart of the S&P 500. And right now, at least a month ago, it was setting all-time highs and once again bouncing off of this really strongly respected support and resistance of the 100-year price history of the S&P 500. When number goes up, number goes down, right? So what is this going to mean for larger markets? What is this going to mean for crypto markets moving forward? We're gonna see a pullback, right? And that's normal. And if we could zoom out even further, we can look at all the global instability that's been going on in the Middle East and in Europe and a whole bunch of other things like Asia, China, and that's going to affect markets to a crazy degree. So what does this mean? It means crypto markets aren't immune from all this. Web3 gaming isn't immune from all of these factors. And by extension, of course, Big Time isn't immune from all of these factors. The point I'm trying to make here is that we can FUD Big Time and their team and blame them for all sorts of reasons why the token is down, but in reality, it's a larger issue. And the question should really be, what does Big Time plan to do to adjust to these changes? And what do token drop rates look like in a bear market versus a bull market, right? If the token is 3 cents, how many tokens need to drop in order for it to be worthwhile to play Prestige? And I digress, but the point I'm trying to make here is that we could easily see Big Time drop further. It really depends on these larger forces. Bitcoin, for example. If we see the bull market continue, if we see Bitcoin rally from here and start moving up and printing all-time highs, then we'll see life come back into the Big Time token. But if we see price continue to move downwards, then we'll see the Big Time token price to continue to become more depressed and more lower than it's ever really been. All I can say is plan accordingly, and also expect that Big Time is also planning accordingly. They can't just make instant changes and things like that. They have to wait and see and watch and look at data before they make big changes. But trust that Big Time is definitely aware of these sorts of things. They have an economist on hand who's thinking about all of these things, not just the Big Time token price. I'm sure he does daily analysis of all sorts of different markets. Anyways, Big Time's planning accordingly. While we're on this topic of Big Time token, the value of the token, drop rates, let's talk about the 4th of July crafting event that came out last week. We talked about it on What's New Wednesday. More specifically, the addendum that they made at the end of the announcement where they said that they increased token drop rates. I was really excited. A lot of people were really excited to get some tokens and earn some tokens, but it soon became clear that if you weren't a VIP, you would not be able to earn tokens for, it wouldn't really be worth it. You were earning more tokens than a little bit before, but it wasn't really worth it. And why? Why was this not worth it? Well, even if you rolled gold bonus rolls like a 4-in-1 on Prestige, you wouldn't be getting any bonus rolls. No normal mob bonus, no boss mob bonus, no epoch chest bonus, no boss chest bonus. There were no bonus rolls. Some people said that VIPs were getting bonus rolls, but I can't confirm that. The reality is it seems they were all turned off. What I can confirm is that the non-bonus roll token drops were turned up. So tokens that drop from random mobs that just say big time token looted, not normal mob bonus looted, those were increased. From completing quests, those tokens were increased. From mining, but what did that result in? That resulted in the average prestige dungeon netting you between like 10 and 25 tokens tops, because you weren't getting those bonus rolls. I was running an epic hourglass, 3 rares, and an uncommon. I couldn't really earn more than 25 tokens unless I was opening a bunch of epoch chests. But the epoch chests weren't giving you epoch bonuses either, so that was not really great. And that would be for like an average like 40-minute dungeon. So anyways, all this to say that token drops are still broken, and unless you are a VIP, which is super disappointing. And even VIPs I heard who were running with like mythic and legendary hourglasses were getting like 60 tokens a dungeon, which isn't necessarily like a lot. So big time tokens were not really dropping like everyone expected. I think a lot of people were disappointed over this past week because of that. Hopefully Big Time is listening and will take into account all these different factors, including the fact that token price is so low, and low token price, low drop rate equals why are we playing Prestige? And Prestige should be probably one of the most important parts of the gameplay of Big Time. No? Big Time? You listening? So we'll see. Hopefully by the end of the month, it will make sense to run Prestige again. Maybe. Okay, so next. Big Time put out another announcement on July the 4th, the day after the What's New Wednesday came out. We focused on it, announcing another AMA. Ask Me Anything for the Big Time developers. They did this a month or two ago. It was pretty good for morale. They gave some pretty good ideas about what to expect and some good ideas about the roadmap, but there's still plenty of questions that could be asked right now. We have until Wednesday, July the 10th. So till tomorrow, it'll be to provide answers in their form, the provided form here. If you look, there's like 3 questions. Ask you how long you've been playing, and then 3 questions. I'll tell you what questions I asked. When female character? When PvP? And lastly, what are you gonna do to navigate the changing market in order to ensure that players can still justify playing Prestige? And I doubt they will touch that last question, but I thought it would be worth asking. So finally, let's take a look at Big Time's X account. They've been putting out a lot of content since the July 3rd post. There hasn't really been any announcements, but they've been really upping their game on the content marketing side of things. So we'll take a look at that. We can see that since July 3rd, they've been putting out these informational video content about the game and gameplay and mechanics and stuff like that. Not necessarily riveting content, but it could be helpful for new players, and I think it also does a good job in showcasing the game to potential new players. There are different types of marketing, but one marketing tactic is called inbound marketing, inbound content marketing. Here's a little blurb about inbound content marketing. It is a crucial component of inbound marketing, which focuses on drawing in qualified leads through various tactics, including content marketing. Key principles include understanding your audience, creating valuable content, content distribution, consistency, measuring, and optimization. So if we take a look at this content, we can say, all right, look, it's actually doing quite well. So 12,000 views, 138 likes, 74 retweets, 15 comments, this type of stuff. Look at Yander there. He's got a nice retweet there. Why is this happening? First of all, a big reason why this is happening is because BIGTIME is part of the open loot ecosystem. A lot of people are engaging with everything to do with BIGTIME in hopes to get points for the open loot airdrop point system. But we'll ignore that for a sec and just look at the content. Looks good. But if we look at the comments, the frustration of seeing the option to purchase a VIP status on a broker like Binance, but coming across a VIP token that has expired. Like, a lot of people are saying nice things, nice project, awesome, OP, good. And then you see scam, 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 right? If you look at the comments, you'll see I lost all my money, losing money every day. So you do see some negative comments here. Please fix the bug, a dead game with a cloud face. Project is nothing but a cash grab and a scam. So there's a lot of negativity. And why is that? So if we think about the content marketing, we can look at this flywheel, which kind of visualizes how inbound content marketing works. This content that they're putting out right now is basically, it's the attract phase. It's about getting their content in front of as many people, viewers, saying, oh, this game looks good, I want to play it, right? And then people start engaging with the game. They figure out, oh, I can get all these NFTs and hourglasses and space and stuff, and then I'm gonna be like, have my own workshop, and I'm gonna be, you know, my own boss. I'm gonna be the bourgeoisie of BIGTIME, and I'm gonna make a bunch of money by running dungeons and stuff like that, right? This is the engage phase. They do really well here, but the delight phase is where I really think that BIGTIME falls apart. And that's why you can see these really negative comments coming through, is because, let me try and make sure that I don't skip ahead of myself. It's once the people are BIGTIME players, once they have become customers and have purchased a variety of NFTs in order to play Prestige, then they are faced with the harsh reality that their purchases aren't getting the desired, intended, marketed result, or the services that are expected from playing this game. It doesn't meet their expectation. On top of that, when they experience issues like dungeons crashing and them losing a bunch of money, scarecrows not giving them a scarecrow, items disappearing, things like that, and they make a ticket, BIGTIME's customer service is lacking. I think we can all agree that BIGTIME really needs to up their game on their customer service. And then this is only my opinion, but to me, that's what BIGTIME really needs to focus on, is in this delight phase, keeping their player base happy, keeping their customers happy with proper service, making people feel like, hey, it didn't take 3 months in order for me to get an answer on a basic thing. So that's kind of my opinion. Anyways, this isn't normal content for What's New Wednesday or What's New Tuesday, but since there wasn't a whole lot going on this week, I thought I'd take some time to slow down and sort of talk about and dissect some other issues. Dissect what's going on with the token price. Is it fair to blame BIGTIME for the token price? No, it's not. And then also take a look at BIGTIME's recent marketing activities. This is something we don't normally do. I think they did a great job at content marketing here, but comment section are a bit harrowing, and they kind of give a little bit of a pulse check as to where, in my opinion, I think BIGTIME really needs to start focusing. And it's on delighting their player base, making them feel special, making them feel valued. Hopefully they can improve on that. That's it for What's New Tuesday today, guys. It's kind of a little bit of a weird one, a little bit of a short one, but let me know what you guys think. Make sure that you like, comment, and don't forget to tell somebody about it. And I will see you guys next Wednesday. All right, peace.